Disney is cleaning house, holy, from the executive suite all the way down to the actors that they employ. But first and foremost, we're going to start with some people that the names probably don't resonate with you, unless, of course, you're one of these geeks that focuses on the stuff that happens behind the camera so that you know that the stuff that they're putting in front of the camera, well, there's a reason that it's all just homogenized garbage, because the people at the top making the decisions don't care about the content. They just only care about pushing an ideology. So the fact that Disney is getting rid of such prominent people in their company like Sean Bailey and David Greenbaum, taken over for the departed Sean Bailey, that's a big change. Okay, that's a big change. He's taken over the live action production. Bailey is one of the longest tenured Disney employees. That's kind of crazy. Sean Bailey, the producer turned executive who has overseen Walt Disney Studios' live-action division for almost 15 years, is exiting the studio. In his place, David Greenbaum, of course, who ran Searchlight Pictures with Matthew Greenfield, of course, will take over the newly created role of president, Disney Live Action and 20th Century Studios. Greenbaum will report to Disney Entertainment co-chairman Alan Bergman. Of course, Steve Asbell continues to oversee 20th Century Studios as president, while Greenfield takes sole oversight of Searchlight as president. Per the studio's announcement Monday, in the new role, Greenbaum will lead a combined studio group that will be home to both iconic film brands. Which ones do you still have, Disney? I'm sorry, I should be a little bit more specific. Which ones do you still have that are actually going to be worth something? Because you've drilled every IP that you own squarely into the ground. Nobody's looking forward to your live action output. Good luck. Yes, and producing a robust collection of original and legacy projects unique to each for theatrical and streaming, while increasing collaborations across the production slate. Yeah, sounds like new boss, same as the old boss, if we're going to be completely honest. The move is a jump for Greenbaum, who has demonstrated a strong record of prestige filmmaking space. Oh, really? Along with his partner, Greenfield. The pair were under the wings of previous Searchlight heads, Nancy Utley and Steve Julia, and in 2021 took over the top position. Company awards in the race for this year with Poor Things, which has 11 nominations. Okay, cool, but what about all of the other high-budget Disney stuff that was also on the slate? Oh, right, well, we got Poor Things under our banner, so we can go ahead and tout that. Greenbaum has built a reputation for being talent-friendly and for driving into awards races. Oh, great, instead of, making financial successes, instead of making content that has mass market appeal, no, we're just going to go and huff our own farts with the rest of the industry executives and pass around golden statues that have never meant less in the history of the business than they do right now. Good person to put in charge, but that's not the reason that he's there. No, of course not. His new job will be a different creative experience as he shapes the slate to the purveyor the biggest movie titles in Hollywood. This is a fun way of saying, a very long and roundabout way of saying, Disney has to make some changes, and Bob Iger has way too much ego investment in the current standing in the company for him to fall on the sword, so it's just other people in their less profitable divisions. That's why the live action guy was the first one to go. Bailey's departure has been rumored for several weeks, as his name has floated at the top of the list for the executives most likely to replace Scott Stuber, Netflix's film chief, who announced his departure in January, but that appears not to be the case, although it's not clear what changed. Disney tapped Bailey as president of production in 2010. He spearheaded strategy of moving away from original movies to focus on remaking the company's animated classics in live action. Oh, I can see why Netflix didn't want him. Strategy has been hard to argue against, with some films becoming billion-dollar blockbusters like Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King, Little Mermaid, Mulan, and the upcoming Snow White, all greenlit under the Bailey regime. You wonder why the guy got shown the door? Oh, big shock there. Bailey built his name as a partner with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon in the trio's Live Planet banner. Yes, and was a producer of Affleck's feature directorial debut, the well-regarded 2007 thriller Gone Baby Gone. His first post-executive role will be producing Disney's Tron Ares. They're trying to run back Tron again. Man, twice that thing didn't make any money. But, oh well. And moving from Disney live action, how about over to Marvel live action? And yes, it's official. It's official, okay? Even though the next Avengers film has been teased with a cast of I don't even know who's going to be in the Avengers, but it's going to be led by, Pedro Pascal's Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic, being set up in the upcoming Fantastic Four alongside Doctor Strange and Shang-Chi. Like, is that what we're doing right now? Captain Black, Falcon, America Man, when it eventually comes out, all of them are going to get together and you're just going to hear the kazoo version of the Avengers theme when everybody comes on screen. Like, bro, it was supposed to be Kang Dynasty, and then Jonathan Majors ended up getting himself in some trouble. But apparently that wasn't the impetus behind pivoting away from Kang. It isn't the reason why you named an Avengers movie the Kang Dynasty, only to drop Jonathan Majors the moment the conviction came down and then tried to scrub him out of your company's history. Has nothing to do with that, right? Marvel Studios officially pivoting away from Kang. Decision reportedly made in response to poor performance of Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, not Jonathan Majors' legal trouble. I call your bluff on that one because, yeah, you're still all systems go with Kang after Ant-Man and the Wasp and Quantumania, because what came after that? All right, that's Loki Season 2, and you guys were touting the success of the original appearance of Kang with Season 1. By the time that Season 2 came around, all the legal trouble with Jonathan Majors was out there, and you were out there scrubbing all references to Majors after his arrest, before his conviction, especially with the behind-the-scenes stuff in regards to Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think you're lying. I think you're lying the same way that you're lying about Sean Bailey leaving the company was the best for all parties involved. And with that, the Marvel Cinematic Universe run of the man who would be Kang comes to an end, not with a big budget multiversal crossover, but rather the tiniest of whispers. A new report has asserted that not only has Marvel Studios officially begun to make a hard pivot away from the time-traveling villain as the cinematic franchise's main antagonist, but that the decision was made long before recent legal troubles. Jonathan Majors, and in response to the poor reception of his debut outing, Ant-Man and the Wasp and Quantumania. By that logic, they shouldn't be bringing in X-Men because they were teased at the end of the Marvels, and we all know how that worked out in the box office, right? Following months of speculation, the fact, confirmation of Kang's abandonment by Marvel Studios was first provided to the public on February 21st by way of the lengthy report regarding the studio's future plans penned by the Hollywood Reporter's Boris Kitt and Aaron Couch. Therein, the two noted entertainment journalists alleged that, per their sources, the studio has officially chosen to rewrite both Avengers Kang Dynasty, which is, it's kind of funny. They don't want to tout the success, or rather they want to minimize the impact that Ant-Man and the Wasp has going forward, but who's going to be writing Avengers 5, the formerly known as Kang Dynasty? All right, the writer for Ant-Man and the Wasp and Quantumania, Jeff Loveless. Interesting. Or Loveness. Still got Final Fantasy VII on the mind. Loveless. Avengers Secret Wars. Yeah, that's being penned by Michael Waldron, the guy who wrote Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. We're up for some really good movies, guys, in service of either minimizing the character or exercising him entirely. That's why I call cap on that entire goddamn write-up, okay? But we know that, yeah, Jonathan Majors ain't gonna be coming back anytime soon. He has been fired. He has been dismissed. He got sent his walking papers the moment that the verdict came down. Now, Marvel was out there wishing him his best in his future endeavors, and somebody else who we just caught wind of also being quietly exited from the franchise. Well, that would be somebody that we previously mentioned, and that would be good old Captain Marvel. Outside of a couple of rumors from a previous incarnation of the Captain Black American Falcon manuscript, I haven't heard a goddamn thing about what Captain Marvel's going to be up to, and hell, even her teasing the Marvels was likely to be her final role in the lead up from, I think, last year or something like that, when she was asked on a red carpet. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but somebody was asking, oh, so after the Marvels, what's the next plan for Captain Marvel? Can we anticipate you donning the suit once more? And then Brie Larson's candid responses, I don't know, does anybody want me back in the role? Ooh, that was a little bit of a harbinger of things to come, because now, post Marvels, with Brie Larson up there at a recent award show, her saying Brie Larson says she doesn't have anything to say about the future with a Marvel after the with Marvel after the Marvels fizzled. Ooh, that's not a good thing. Will Brie Larson continue to appear in the MCU going forward? She isn't telling. When Extra asked Larson about any upcoming projects she has with Marvel in 2024, at the 2024 SAG Awards, that was the award show on Saturday, she shook her head and replied, I don't have anything to say about that. Yeah. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm done with the franchise. It's time for me to move on and take more serious roles going forward because I'm tired of seeing my career emulate in front of my eyes. Now, Larson has been quiet about the potential future with the comic book movie franchise since the Marvels, the sequel that hit, 2019, the sequel to her hit. Sure, 2019 film Captain Marvel released in November to comparatively low box office results. Comparatively low? A franchise worst $47 million opening weekend. A franchise worst box office worldwide grand total of just a bit over $200 million. $206 million? Or if you look at other aggregators, $199. Whatever, pick your poison, is a deep step down from Captain Marvel in 2019, being wedged right between the two most anticipated films of all time in Infinity War and in Endgame. You made $1.1 billion, and then you dropped off by, let me check again, $900 million. Wow, that's crazy to think about. So you're wondering why she's not being invited back? You're wondering why Marvel's not trying to roll out the red carpet? You're wondering why Disney's making all of these executive changes right now? It's because they're kind of light on a release schedule for 2024, and they're trying to hit the head hard going into 2025 with a big old Marvel shotgun blast of content. Trying to ratchet up production on the Pixar side to have something to put out in 2024 as well. Rather, 2025 as well. A couple of movies look to be on the horizon for Star Wars over there at Lucasfilm. So yes, over the past couple of years, Disney has realized that they're kind of in dire straits and they're going to have to course correct and shed some excess weight. Looking at you, even though there's not a lot of excess weight there with Brie Larson. But just like the aforementioned Pedro Pascal, even with all of those rumors that he was discontented with his role on The Mandalorian, he seemed to pivot off to a new franchise. So, hey, if that Rey movie is still in the works and they're looking for another girl boss Brie, don't worry about it. It might not be Captain Marvel anymore, but you can go be a super powerful interdimensional being in a galaxy far, far away. Go ahead and screw up another franchise, shall we? So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.